What you really have in the book of Revelation is a counterfeit trinity. You've got the dragon, the devil. He's the anti-God. You've got the antichrist. He is the anti-son of God. And you've got the false prophet. He's the anti-Holy Spirit. And multiplied millions will follow them. Okay, sign number 4, altered reality. Oh, pay attention now carefully. Verse 14. This is unusual. Altered reality. Because of the signs, we're still talking about the false prophet now. The false prophet, was given power to perform on behalf of the first beast. In other words, this false prophet is allowed to call down fire from heaven and work other miracles. It deceived the inhabitants of the earth. He's going to do things so amazing. People are going to believe everything that he says and everything he does. And look what the false prophet does. This is something I don't think anybody can fully explain at this point. He ordered the people of the earth to set up an image, like a statue of some kind of wood, metal, stone, an image of some kind in honor of the beast who was wounded by the sword and yet lived. He wants there to be something, that an image that everybody will honor and praise the Antichrist. But look at verse 15. The second beast was given power to give breath of life, as it were, to the image of the first beast, so the image could speak and cause all who refused to worship the image to be killed. He performs miracles. This false prophet mimics Elijah of old. He deceives millions of people. He sets up an image to honor the beast. He gives life to the image. You know what virtual reality is? See, the young people have this, have those goggle type things, and you can be sitting in your living room and you can put on the virtual reality goggles, and suddenly you're skiing down a mountain in Switzerland, or maybe you're strolling through the streets of London, or maybe you're in some galaxy far away on a starship. I mean, with virtual reality, you can sit in your recliner. You can be in the car, anywhere you want to be. You can be walking somewhere. You could be sitting at your desk. In virtual reality, it'll take you. So what you see is, it seems to be a world that's there, but it's only virtual. You take it off and you're back where you were. You've heard of augmented reality. You've heard of artificial intelligence. We don't have any idea. Us mere mortals, don't have any real idea of what the technocrats and the scientists can do, without giving a whole lot of details. I saw this week a young man was killed in a terrible crime, and some scientist got his face and got the voice of the young man who had been murdered, and they created a video that's been going around the internet of the young man's face and the young man's voice. And if you listen to it, they say it sounds exactly like the voice of that young man who was killed. And he's speaking from the other side of the grave, and he's saying what a terrible thing it was, and this shouldn't have happened to me. Oh, we have no idea of how far people can go, how far the scientists, how far the technologists can go, how far they can go in, they can take your voice, they can take your face, they can create a video where it appears you're somewhere else doing something else, and they can put words in your mouth that sound so real that no one except maybe people with supercomputers can even detect what is going on. You see, something like this. Something like this is what Revelation 13 is talking about an image that all the world can see, that when it begins to speak, it's not like one of these audio animatronic things used to be at Disneyland, with Abraham Lincoln would speak. I mean, that fantastic enough 30, 40 years ago when the Disney folks came out with that. This is something that would appear to be absolutely real, so that the image begins to speak and it appears to have life. I read an article this week about an engineer at Google who was working on their artificial intelligence projects and actually became convinced that their artificial intelligence had taken on a life of its own and caused such a stink about it that he was fired from his job. Read that article in the Washington Post. But we are living in a day when the scientists and the video people and the technicians, they can alter reality. They can make you think somebody's dead who's alive. They can make you think somebody said something they never said. They can bend reality to make it appear something that it is not. Something like that is just going to happen in a much bigger way when the Antichrist comes to power. One final sign, and we're going to wrap all this up. Sign number 5, global control. This is the one we all know.